Never let anybody see you sweat.
So I was born in New York City, and I lived there until I was 8 years old. I realized that I was a much better talker than I was a listener. I don't know what to say, I just don't like what you're saying.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I ended up going to law school at Georgetown, and I was a prosecutor for Janet Reno. I loved it because it was so raw. Were you cheating on her?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All rise.
Our show will be a mixture of education, I think you're misreading the law a little bit, and entertainment. My main goal is justice and the law. That's been my legacy, and the legacy I hope to continue into the future with the show.
Charlotte Irby claims she wound up with a hefty hotel bill after the contractor she hired failed to complete her remodel on time. Simon Samuel says he had to reorder materials that arrived damaged.
All right, Ms. Irby, you are suing Mr. Samuels for $1,092.78, hotel fees that you ended up paying because your contractor didn't finish on time. Tell me what happened.
Well, Your Honor, I contracted with Mr. Samuels. I met him mid-January online, and I met with him on January 15th. We entered into kind of a loose contract, and the finish date for I was getting all new laminate wood flooring, and I wanted one guest bathroom done with new tile and new flooring and everything. And one of the reasons I had a deadline on this is because my son was coming from college and bringing his girlfriend, who I've never met. So
Okay.
First impression's everything, right?
Okay, so the bathroom that was being renovated, was it your bathroom or?
Yeah, well, I have a 3-bedroom,
Okay.
2-bath house. I've lived there for 20 years.
Okay.
I recently retired, so I thought it was time to kind of spruce everything up. So I have a master suite with a bathroom there.
But which bathroom was being renovated? Your master?
The guest bathroom, Your
Okay,
Honor.
the guest
Yes.
bathroom was being
The
renovated.
guest
All right.
bathroom, which has a shower and a toilet, of course, and a sink.
Okay, so what? So you entered into the agreement with him on what date? Do you remember?
Yes, I have right here. Basically, it was his bid for $12,000, which I didn't argue with. I agreed
You
to.
shouldn't.
Hold on, excuse me, sir. This isn't an audience participation sport where you just yell out what you feel like yelling out. Go ahead.
Okay, so the due date, we signed this on January 15th.
Right.
And the
Can
due
I see
date,
that?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
And then it says on the bottom, due date February 19th.
Exactly. I expected when I went into this agreement with Mr. Samuels that
Did
we
you
should
tell
have,
him that you had house guests and all that stuff?
Absolutely.
Okay.
More than once. More
Okay.
than once. I in person, in messages, and in text because I was getting a little fed up.
What were you fed up about?
Okay, so we agreed that I paid for a mover, I paid for storage, I had my entire house emptied out, so because I was doing the flooring throughout the house. And so I called him it was a Tuesday afternoon, February 1st, and I said, the house is yours. You can come in anytime you want. Your workers can start the flooring because the house is empty, and I have an air mattress, a TV tray, a TV.
Okay, so to be clear then, you called him what date? February 1st? you
Yes,
said?
which was a
All right,
Tuesday, I believe.
So half of the time, you folks entered into the contract on January 15th. The
Yes.
due date is February 19th, and 2 weeks, half of that time,
Yes.
was moving everything out.
Yes, well, I could have done it earlier, but his availability was February 1st.
Okay, so what were you sleeping on in your mat?
An air mattress. I had
Okay.
an air mattress, a chair, a TV tray, and a TV.
Okay.
And then I figured when he was ready for my room, there'd be a room I could move to.
I'd have left the bed in there and then just made them move the bed. But
Yeah, well,
anyway, go ahead.
See, I really went over and above
Yeah.
having movers and everything. So I planned for this, and I was going to do this eventually, but I wanted it done in that time period so that when my son came home from college with the new girlfriend who I've never met, you know, I wanted her to see how I lived and how her boyfriend was raised.
Well, you wanted to see how you were going to live because you weren't living that way. But in any event,
Okay.
the flooring was done.
The flooring, I have no complaints
And
about the
then
flooring.
you brought the furniture back in.
Yes.
So everything was set except for one. There would have been one problem, and that was the bathroom.
That is
And
my
what was
guest
the
bathroom.
problem with the guest bathroom?
Well, since I was expecting my son on Friday the 25th, I expected that everything...
We know what you expected. I'm asking you what went wrong with the bathroom.
Well, the walls were stripped of the tile that had been on it. The toilet was removed, and I was left.
What was wrong with the? What was wrong? What happened?
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm going to ask him now.
Okay.
What was wrong with the tile? It didn't come in.
It was broken, Your Honor. And
All of it was broken?
just enough to where we couldn't complete the job properly. And I explained to her that I have a floor replacement business. I have been in it for 3 years. I've never had a client like this. The problem was, I explained to her, I don't run a train station. Things happen. Sometimes permits
But what happened in this case?
In this case, I was dealing with her.
Overpromised and
No,
underdelivered.
stop. Everybody stop. I'm asking very specific questions, okay? And I'd like some very specific answers. And I don't want you chiming in when I'm talking to him any more than I wanted him chiming in when I was talking to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened in this case with the tile?
Thank you for that, Your Honor.
How much tile did you order?
Enough to complete the job.
Yeah, how much was it? I'm asking.
I recall that it was somewhere around 4 boxes.
And then how many of those boxes had broken tiles?
Enough to where the job would have maybe been half completed at best, and that would not have been the way to do it.
Coming up on Justice for the People.
There are delays in construction.
Yes, which he
because
should
there's a
take into
pipeline.
account.
Stop. There's a pipeline in construction. He's not giving birth to his own tile.
And later,
It really just became very apparent that he didn't deserve her.
Did you like her?
I did develop some feelings for her.
Are you dating her?
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Charlotte Earby, who is suing Simon Samuels for a hefty hotel bill.
When did you first learn that the tiles were broken and you weren't going to be able to proceed as scheduled?
That would be on the 21st.
Okay.
Your Honor.
And just a minute, ma'am. And the 21st. And the due date, down here you call it due date. Up here you call it estimated projection time. Let me give you a piece of advice. Just stick with estimated projection time and not due date, because she's
Yes.
suing you here. There's an argument to be made that when time is of the essence, you have to actually comply with the time. So I'll be the judge of whether that's this contract, but on the 21st, which is several days after it was supposed to work, you find out that the tile is broken, and then you reorder it, or what happens?
Well, I don't want to interrupt, Your Honor, but the biggest problem I'm having along with the dialogue that she started off with here is that there was some understanding between us that I was going to accommodate the visit of her son and the new girlfriend. That was
So
never.
what did due date mean on the bottom, February 19th?
Due date meant that I would do the very best I could within the parameters of how the construction business
Don't
works.
use the word due dates. Don't use the word due, because due usually means there's a penalty if something doesn't happen on a due. Just don't ever put due date in your contract again. So when was the tile then finally going to come in?
Okay, the date on that was that it wasn't going to be available until the following, which was March 4th.
That's
2
when it was
weeks
going to
after
come
the
in.
due.
That was
Excuse
two-
me, ma'am.
Okay, sorry.
That's when it was
I'm
going to
so
come in.
Glad you're getting a taste
And
of this,
then
Your Honor.
you would not be able to complete it then until several days after that, I'm sure, because...
Several days after that, I apologized, but I said what I would do, which made sense.
Wait, why did you think you had to do anything? Because she complained about her son and coming and the visit
Are
and all
you
that?
serious? She's complained about everything. This is like having
so in
gum
other words,
on my
you knew,
shoe
I'm
trying
sorry,
to get
stop.
rid of her.
So you knew that her son was coming and she had like a pressing need to get it done.
Oh, when things started to go awry, I started hearing about the son and the visit, and all of a sudden I had taken on her entire family.
All right. So once you realize that the tiles are out of your control and in the hands of of whoever the case may be, you tell her what I'll do for you is what?
I will put in a temporary floor and a functioning commode so
Plywood.
that they would have a place to use that. And she had a master bathroom that could accommodate everyone else. But she was telling me that there was going to be this horrendous disappointment that the son and the girlfriend were going to see a house under construction and I'd just be in shock that it hadn't been done on time.
What was wrong with that? I mean, stuff happens. Sometimes there's delays, particularly in construction.
Your Honor.
So what would be so bad if he was going to put in, reinstall the toilet and put like a temporary floor? What would be so bad that the girlfriend saw construction? Ooh, no.
Okay.
You know?
Even if they hadn't been coming, in my mind, a contract is a contract. I have been a professional woman all my life. If I promise something, it's done. I
Right,
don't
but you
call a
understand.
week
Listen,
after.
but look, just a minute. You know, there are delays in construction.
Yes, which he
because
should
there's
take
a
into
pipeline.
account.
Stop. There's a pipeline in construction. He's not giving birth to his own tile. He has to order it from somewhere else, and you know that when you hire him. You know that there are. It's not that he didn't show up at the job to do the work. It's that the tile was broken. He didn't break the tile, and so what did he do wrong? When you say a contract is a contract, yeah, unless it's something that's outside of his control. If he can't get the tile because the mail was late and supply chains are delayed, as have been, they've been using that excuse now for 4 years post, and they're still.
Yes.
But if we know that's the case, because from the paperwork we do know that that's the case in this case, and now what you're suing
the
for is
delay,
because
Your
the
Honor.
project wasn't complete, and son and girlfriend, God forbid, go through difficulty in what? Using your shower?
Your Honor, I do not know.
That was what you didn't want girlfriend to have to use your shower.
Not necessarily that.
Okay.
I have been fed up with him.
Don't stare her down. I don't like that. Go ahead.
I have been fed up with him since basically
Okay,
day one.
I know you both hate each other. I am
Yeah.
well aware of that. I don't care. I just don't see what the big deal is, I guess. I feel like you're making a really big deal about this.
Your Honor, as a certified contractor,
Yes, but he doesn't
He
control
knows
the supply
delays.
chain.
He should-
And as
well-
someone who asked for new tile, you know that the tile's coming from somewhere. You know that there's someone else in the mix. It's not like we're talking about a job that wasn't finished for months and months. You went to a hotel because you chose to go to a hotel. I am not going to order him to reimburse you. Verdict for the defendant.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
Any last remarks for each other?
Yeah.
I won't give him a positive Yelp review.
Next time, don't do business with this bootleg princess over here.
Coming up,
And you tape him doing what? What was he doing?
He was having a very, I'll say, vivid conversation with this not so friendly person that he was talking. Her name was Ashley.
Are you trying to say cheating?
Yes.
you're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. James Colson claims he lost money on an engagement ring after his ex-roommate leaked a private call that caused his girlfriend to dump him. Eugene St. Clair says the plaintiff was cheating and his girlfriend deserved to know.
Okay, Mr. Colson, you are suing Mr. St. Clair for $785 for invading your privacy. Talk to me. Tell me what you're saying here.
I'm suing Eugene because he went in my room, bugged my room, and I lost a girlfriend because he bugged my room.
So you're about to be engaged. Not yet, but
Yes,
you're about to. You are about to be engaged, so you're pretty serious with her.
Yes, ma'am.
And he bugs your room. How does he bug your room?
So he comes to my room while I'm on the phone with a friend, and he asked me something about the lease. I don't know what he was asking me, but I wave him off, right? I just wave him off. I wasn't even thinking about him in that moment. The next thing I know, I get a text from my then girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend, saying, "Oh, man, you're nothing. We're single. I heard the recording from Eugene."
Well, what were you saying in the recording?
I don't know.
Oh, let's ask him.
I can't know exactly.
Did you tape him without his knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
That's exactly
tape
what he
him.
did.
Your Honor, I needed to catch him in the act. He's been with his then girlfriend for
Soon to be fiance.
I'm sorry, Mr. Colson, what
Okay.
part of stop interrupting did you
Yes,
not
ma'am.
understand?
2 years at that point.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
Honor.
Okay.
It's a very serious relationship, and up until this point, Your Honor, he was treating her like absolute garbage. But he would be out, and she'd never know where he was, and she would always come to me, and it really just became very apparent that he didn't deserve her.
Did you like her?
More than
did,
like, Your
I
Honor.
did develop some feelings for
No,
her.
continue
Are you
to tell
dating
her.
her?
No,
Tell
currently
her.
I am dating her. Yes, I am.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Okay.
Hold on.
I understand.
You be
I understand.
quiet
I
and calm
understand.
down.
Coming up,
I don't know what you're about.
You still cheated.
You still cheated on her. You still destroyed your life. Can you stop talking? Because I don't find you humorous.
you're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of James Colson, who is suing Eugene St. Clair for money he lost on an engagement ring.
You like his girl.
It was, listen,
And you go in there and you tape him doing what? What was he doing?
he was having a very, I'll say, vivid conversation with this not so friendly person that he was talking. Her name was Ashley.
Are you trying to say cheating?
Yes, I am trying to say that.
Okay, so what was, yeah, let me hear the tape.
Okay.
Yo, don't worry about Michaela.
Why shouldn't I be worried about her? That's your real girlfriend.
Because it's not your business. You shouldn't, don't think about her.
8 p.m. tonight, I'm gonna see you in front of my place.
Yes, Ashley, baby. Like, I am going to see you tonight.
You don't sound so sure.
'Cause I miss you, and I want to see you.
Okay.
Pretty clear to me.
So you show that to Michaela.
I sent, so after recording, I retrieved my phone and I sent it to Michaela.
I presume you two aren't living together anymore.
Absolutely not.
No,
Not
Your
even.
Honor,
Okay.
that's not
Are you
what's happening.
aware of what your state of New Jersey says about illicitly recording somebody without, and there's a big hint there.
Yes.
By the way I just said it.
Yes.
Illicitly recording somebody without their knowledge.
Yes, it's a single party state. So
It's a single party state. But that means, you know what that means?
Yes.
Do you
Tell me
know
what it
what?
means.
Stop talking.
Okay.
Do you know what that means? A one-party state.
Yes, at least one party needs to.
Yeah, but you're not a party to the conversation. You're taping Ashley and James. So guess which one, either Ashley or James has to know about the recording for the one-party state requirement to be met. You're just taping people without them knowing. I don't know what you're about.
You still cheated.
You still cheated on her. You still destroyed your life. Can you stop talking? Because I don't find you humorous. You're a cheater. You cheated on her. You got caught. And now you're a baby coming to court and suing him because you want the difference between what the ring cost you and what you were able to sell the ring for.
Judge Milian's verdict when justice for the people returns.
You have no business taping him behind his back.
I understand.
None. Have you since learned that?
Yes.
Or did you actually think that one party just meant that you could be one of the parties saying, I agree to tape this? Like, you
That's
didn't
exactly
really
what he
think
meant.
that, did you? You didn't think that the tape was legal, did you?
I may or may not have thought.
Okay, all right. Well, now you understand what one party means. One
I
party
understand.
to the conversation
Right.
has to be agreeing. You
Right.
see? Okay. I find you illegally taped him, and I am finding that you are going to have to pay him $100 for that indiscretion. I do not find that your loss of the ring is his fault. It's your fault for cheating.
How is it-
Verdict for the plaintiff, $100.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $100.
Hopefully he did exactly what he needed to do. Whatever he had to put up, set up, scheme behind to get what he needed. Hey, you won. Good job. But I need my hundo. You feel me?
You made your hundo. We're real serious now.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.